What's good, everybody? I just Shelton here back with another episode of Plain and Simple. Let's go ahead and hop right into it here. Man, tough watch for the Packers on Sunday night, huh? Packers went ahead and tied with the Dallas Cowboys 40-40. I mean, this game we should have damn near lost, if you want my honest opinion. Let's go ahead and talk about it here for the Green Bay Packers on the offensive side. Jordan Love, 31 of 43 from the field, 337 yards passing, 7.8 yards per pass, along with 3 touchdowns. Josh Jacobs had 22 carries for 86 yards and 2 touchdowns. Romeo Doubs had 3 touchdowns. He also, with those 3 touchdowns, had 6 receptions for 58 yards. Wilson, guy coming in, when Josh Jacobs went ahead and came out, something with his knee or whatever happened there, came in and did his job as well. 8 carries for 44 yards. Also had 3 receptions for 37. Matthew Golden had 5 receptions for 58 yards. Had a really big catch to keep the momentum going. I want to believe that was in overtime or a time where we needed to go ahead and put ourselves in position to score. Tucker Kraft had 5 receptions for 56 yards. Just doing Tucker Kraft things. Wicks had 2 receptions for 19 yards. Williams had 3 receptions for 22. This was a game on the offensive side where one play kind of hindered this performance. And I really don't even put this on Jordan Love. I put this more on Matt LaFleur. So we go ahead. Romeo Doubs just absolutely on fire. One-on-one, red zone, boom. Go ahead and gets himself a 2-yard touchdown. Basically the same identical play. Goes ahead and scores again. So now we're 13-2 in the second quarter with 10 minutes and 39 seconds left. Obviously, Dallas goes down. There is 44 seconds left in the second quarter. Dak Prescott goes ahead and runs for a 2-yard touchdown. There are 21 seconds left in the second quarter, and Houston goes ahead and pops the ball out of Jordan Love's hands to where they get a refumble recovery on basically our 25-30. Then proceed to go ahead, not even 25-30, on like our 15-yard line of our own. Then Pickens goes ahead, catches a touchdown, 13-6. So literally a complete switch in the game going into halftime to where now you are down 3. But I rewinded all the way to where that fumble even happened. Matt LaFleur, what are you trying to do to go ahead and even make a assumption, not in your own brain, but into Jordan Love's brain that, yeah, we have an opportunity to go ahead and go down here and score? Why didn't you just run the clock out, go ahead and see another second half, another day, but then you wanted to go ahead and get too cute going into halftime and see if you can go ahead and get points? And this has kind of been a thing with Matt LaFleur that we're starting to see that needs to be fixed on his end. He's not really making the right decisions in certain times within drives to put us in a good position to set us up down the line within the game. And that was a prime example. Stop being greedy. Go ahead. Live to see another day, a.k.a. the second half, a.k.a. not having it now to where it's a 3-point lead that you have. Now you're down 3, and now you have no momentum that you've just created throughout these first and second quarter. It's just really frustrating to go ahead and see what he has been doing in critical situations, in critical times. It's just not it. Hopefully he goes as and looks himself in the mirror and see what he's done these past 2 games or these past 4 games on the road and be like, okay, I need to be better, because Jordan Love is not going to go ahead and make these calls like Aaron Rodgers did when it was in 2019, 2020, 2021. Like, Jordan Love is not doing what Aaron Rodgers did during those times, to where he would go ahead and get in Matt LaFleur's ass and be like, hey, listen, no, we're not doing this. Why would you call something like that? Or even have the right play or even thought in his brain to know the situational down and what's going to go on and go forward within that play. Am I saying that Jordan Love is not fully developed? I don't know. You can maybe think that. You can maybe think that he's not there yet or he needs to be there, but I don't even put that on Jordan Love. I put that on Matt LaFleur. Hey, listen, we'll go ahead here. We'll just live to see another day. We'll go ahead in the second half and let's go ahead and win this ball game. But you proceed to go ahead and get greedy where there was no one for Jordan Love to throw to on that down where the fumble happened. There's at least all of our skill guys within probably 10 yards down the field for him not even to check it down to anybody. So it's just really frustrating to go ahead and see Matt LaFleur continue to go ahead and make boneheaded plays. That is something that has to be fixed if we want to go ahead and even have a chance to be a team that we want to be going deep into the playoffs, going to Super Bowls. That type of play cannot happen whatsoever. Besides just that, everything else, we played a very good game, I feel, on the offensive end. Besides that play, that was a fumble. And just to play clock management, like especially towards the end of the game where he went ahead and we're just melting the clock. Like we're just knowing that we're just going to go for the 3. We're not going to go ahead and try to take any, chances in the beginning. We're just going to go ahead and wind the clock down for no obvious reason where we have no sense of urgency or no game plan or already just showing our hand that we're just going to go ahead and tie. It's just really frustrating because I've always said on this show that what is the relationship between Jordan Love and Matt LaFleur? But what is the relationship now with Matt LaFleur and this whole offense? That is the new take right now. It's not even with the quarterback. It's what is he going to be able to do to go ahead and get this offense together? And that starts with him. Like he needs to know what he needs to be doing, seeing, and accomplishing every drive. In these past 2 games, we have not seen that. And you clearly see when we're on the road, it's a little bit different when we're at home. It was tough to watch yesterday. We should have lost that game. That tie is damn near a loss. Just very embarrassing for the offensive side. Let's go and talk about this defense here. You go ahead and give up over 400 plus yards total offense to a 1-2 Cowboys team. Dak Prescott threw for 319 yards, had 3 touchdowns. Pickens had 8 receptions for 134 yards. Williams rushed for 85 yards. Ferguson had 7 receptions for 40. You got other guys that just shouldn't even go ahead and be having the numbers that they're having. I told you guys about this secondary, and you saw a full display on how horrendous that was. Valentine playing soft coverage, can't even go ahead and take the right angle to go ahead and make a tackle. We were so high on Nate Hobbs, he didn't look any better than Valentine. We couldn't get any type of pass rush. We couldn't do anything. We couldn't go ahead and stop a nosebleed, if you want to be completely honest here. And then we started kind of getting some Joe Barry type situations where we're playing soft coverage. So after Romeo Doubs goes ahead and catches his 3rd touchdown, we're up 34-30 in the 4th quarter with 1:49. Not even 30-40 seconds within the 4th quarter, we give up a 28-yard touchdown to Pickens for his 2nd touchdown. And if you were watching that, we damn near played Joe Barry's soft coverage the entire way down. And I'm sitting here like, how is this even happening right now? How are we allowing this easy to go ahead and for this team to go down the field and score pretty quickly? It was a very bad game plan as a whole for the whole team. It was terrible for Jeff Hafley. It was terrible for the special teams and us obviously missing that kick, getting blocked again, which is unacceptable. That's JV high school level type play to allow someone to go ahead and block yet another field goal. All phases of the game, offense, defense, and special teams, were horrendous. How are you supposed to be a 13-4 or a 13-3 or a 15-2 or a team that we've always wanted to be here in Green Bay to where we're winning something? What I saw last night there is nowhere near even close of being any type of team like that. And this is only going to go ahead and get harder from here on out. Thank God we got a bye week. I really hope the evaluation from top-bottom happens, and that's the only thing that we can pray for right now for this Green Bay Packer team. 4 games in, 2-1-1, really should be 2-2. That's how I look at it. As I said earlier, we go ahead, we have a bye, and then we go ahead and have the Bengals come into town in Green Bay, October 12th. Who knows what type of Packer team we're going to get there? You gave up over 400 yards total offense to the Dallas Cowboys. What are you going to do on the defensive end? Offensive end, you look good, but can we stop making these airhead decisions when it comes to end of half, when it comes to clock management, when it comes to making just the right plays at the right time, can Matt LaFleur actually go ahead and finish a game? Like finish a game, like with no questions of me asking if Matt LaFleur can win a game. This is a big week for evaluation. I hope I go ahead and see some of it when it comes to these press conferences this week from the players, because everyone needs to go ahead and look at themselves and see how they can go ahead and get better, because Bengals, Cardinals, Steelers, Panthers, there should be no reason why we do not go ahead and go 4-0 in those 4 games. There should be no question. And then that's where we really go ahead and see what we're made out of from November all the way down to January. It is what it is. We got to go ahead and do a hard evaluation this week, because good God, we looked like a unorganized team these past 2 road games. Moving on over to the good old Badger football. They had a bye this past weekend. They go ahead and face the Michigan Wolverines at 11 a.m. in Ann Arbor. That one is a college football for Fox. We'll keep it short with that one. God bless them. That's all I'm going to say. Moving on over here to our Milwaukee Brewers. We have won ahead and clinched that 1 seed. We are looking to see who we will face. It will either be the San Diego Padres or our rival, the Chicago Cubs. It's here, man. Just literally get goosebumps right now as I'm recording this, thinking of it, man. We are in a good situation. Let's just go ahead and finish. I don't give a crap what happened, against whoever we played this month. We're here. We're set in place. Everyone go ahead and be laser focused, from hitting to coaching to pitching. Let's go ahead and do it. Let's finish the job. And you know what that job is. And then last but not least here, before we go ahead and take you out here, Ryder Cup, man. It was just tough, man. The blood pressure was already high. Watching the Ryder Cup in the last day, where it's just the singles of just unreal golf. Guys coming back, five down, making putts, doing what they need to do. And then we just get gutted by Lowry there on that last putt on 18. It was a great Sunday. You can go ahead and say with the Victor Hovland of him not going ahead and participating, saying that his neck was hurt, which I think is total bullshit. But at the end of the day, you go ahead, you put that driver, iron, putter in your hand, and you got to make something work with it. We didn't make anything work with it on Friday or Saturday. Sunday we did. Those 2 other times when it was Friday and Saturday, we just couldn't roll putts. And for my first time being really invested in watching the Ryder Cup for the first time, the biggest thing really in anything when it comes to golf is, can you putt the ball? Can you make difficult shots on the green and make clutch putts when it's necessary? And we couldn't do it those 2 days. We did kind of the last day. I mean, we actually really did the last day, but that was probably, out of all events, besides, you get your playoffs for basketball, you get your playoffs for baseball, you get your playoffs for, football, regardless if it's college or NFL. That was an experience, and I'm locked in. Sick that we lost, but I'll tell you one thing: we didn't go out without a fight, and I like the response on Sunday. Just going to have to go ahead now, wait another 2 years or 3 years, however that works. But shout out to Team USA. Hey, you got to tip your ball cap. And, the Europeans went ahead and did what they needed to do to win. And with that, people, you guys, we are going to go ahead and see you next time. List of people, obviously, that I got on my team here. You know what we do on a day-to-day basis. We'll see you soon. Peace out.